Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for March 2018. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'd like to take a moment to let you know, if you watch my readings every month, I will be doing this reading a little bit differently. And I'd appreciate your feedback. So if you prefer the old way, please drop that comment below and let me know. If you like this new way, please drop that comment below. And if you've liked both of them, go ahead and let me know on that as well. I am keeping track, so I would greatly appreciate your feedback on that end. So let's jump into this. Okay, for our first card, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Risings. We have the Three of Swords in the reversed position. So it looks like you guys have went through something that was, well, a bit heartbreaking. This could have been a relationship that came to an end, or this could be something that was pretty hurtful that occurred within a relationship. Or this could be, this doesn't have to be a romantic type of relationship, because we can suffer heartbreak from, people that we love, where it's platonic love as well. So this can, be on either end. This could be someone that, you've been friends with for a long time, that you cared about and you loved. So platonic love, it could be platonic love, or it could be romantic love. But either way, you went through something that was hurtful, and you're healing from it. At the time, it could have felt like it was pretty cruel. For some of you, it could have caused a separation. For some of you, it could have caused a severing of ties. And for some of you, you could have felt abandoned. Now, for our circumstances card, we have the Three of Wands in the reversed position. So, when we have this card in the reversed position, you were definitely putting something together. This could have been a business. This could be, a creative project. This could have even been a hobby. But the point here is you were trying to get something going. And this could have involved a partnership as well. This could have been a job for some of you also. But overall, you're trying to accomplish something. And your desire to accomplish is still very great here, even though it's in the reverse position. You're still really wanting to accomplish this. But there can be a bit of a lack of focus, and this can cause us to overlook details. It can also cause us to not, use our foresight. So then something can occur that we just simply were not accounting for or considering that could have happened. Sometimes it can be like, we're staring at a tree instead of the forest. Sometimes we can get too caught up in the details. This can also indicate that maybe you might have had too many irons in the fire at once, like trying to do too many things at once, and this can cause this project to experience delays, frustrations. For some of you, you may have to just start over completely. Now, that's not 100% for all of you. Some of you can simply decide to step back and take an objective look at things and, go back through your plan, and you may see something that you could correct that could have been causing the problem, that could have been causing you more delays, or could have been adding to the obstacles that you've encountered in trying to accomplish this. So for some of you, you can go in and reevaluate things and tweak a few things, and in no time you can be moving forward. Now, some of you could end up having to just start over again, because with this particular card in the reverse position, it's kind of like taking a step forward to take two back. It really sucks. I mean, it feels like, Jesus, all that work for nothing. That's kind of the vibe I get here. Sometimes this can indicate that maybe your talents and your skills aren't being utilized the proper way, or maybe they're not as fine-tuned as you thought they were. So you may need to expand your skill set, or, take some courses so that you can expand your skill set and utilize them in a more proper way. And you definitely want to be careful of pride and overconfidence here, because pride and overconfidence can really be the downfall with this energy. And considering that Leo is very much about their pride, you really got to be careful of being too prideful and overconfident, because this alone could cause this to fail. Having some pride's good. Being confident is great, but you don't want to be overly prideful or overly confident, because you may think that things will just magically work out for you, and then they don't. And, sometimes this can indicate that, that you're just having a problem with inadequate resources, or even inadequate information. Like, maybe you do not have enough information in order to move forward with this, or maybe you don't have enough money, maybe you don't have enough credit, whatever it may be. There is a lack of resources here that could be causing a problem for some of you. So yeah, we will definitely be clarifying. We'll clarify the first three, and then the 6th card, and then the 10th card. To me, those are the most important cards, so those are the ones I'm going to focus on this month. Okay. And speaking of focus, this is your card, your focus card. And here we have the King of Wands. See that lion there? Yeah. Okay, so the King of Wands, obviously Leo. So this is this can be a man or a woman, okay? But in general, this man, he is very good at obtaining wealth for himself, and he actually truly enjoys being able to help others to make wealth and materialize wealth for themselves. He likes to help, essentially. He wants everyone to be able to be happy, especially in regards to accomplishing, whether it's creative projects or creating, business opportunities or whatever it may be. The King of Wands has a very commanding type of presence. This is the type of person, they walk in the room, they automatically have the attention on them, just like Leo. You guys have a very commanding presence. So you automatically draw the attention, whether you want it or not. It just seems to inadvertently come your way, whether you want it or not. So Some of you enjoy the attention and then others don't. But overall, you know, he is an ambitious man and he is going after what he wants. He's also a very good leader and he's very good at delegating responsibilities. So he's an excellent boss, manager. Yeah. So we'll be clarifying that as well. So this is the card of your recent past. Some of you could still be in this energy, and if you are, this energy is moving away, but otherwise this is in your recent past. So this is the Six of Wands. So this would indicate that you had achieved a victory. You had worked very hard to accomplish something, and you did it. You emerged victorious. You may have even gotten some recognition for it, and probably made some good money as well. So that's the positive. Now, I don't like this energy. I'm going to throw that out there right now. This is the energy for the present, the here and the now moment. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. My phone has been going nuts today. Text message after text message. If I didn't know any better, I'd think I was a Leo. It's almost like I'm popular today. Okay. Now, yeah, this is the present, the here and the now energy. As I was saying before, I don't like this energy. So here we have the Five of Coins. So some of you could be experiencing some trying times. This could be trying times in regards to your finances. Sometimes this can indicate financial bankruptcy. This could also indicate spiritual bankruptcy, though, as well. So your finances may be fine, but maybe spiritually you're bankrupt. So, you know, it can go either way. Or it could just simply be implying that you are going through some trying times right now. And perhaps some of you may have been feeling like you've been put out in the cold. Maybe you have a certain situation in your life where you feel like you were put out in the cold. So that's definitely not the best energy here. I don't care for it. I certainly hope it gets better. But we're going to put a crystal right here to absorb some of this negativity because we don't need it. This is positive, okay? This is your near future card. So I'm taping this on March the 2nd. So this energy is basically a week or two away. And for some of you, you could be experiencing the energy already, or some of you could be experiencing the start of this energy. And then there's some of you that will begin to feel this over the next week or two. So here we have the Ace of Swords, which seems to be making an appearance in a lot of readings lately. And I don't mind. I love the Ace of Swords. Excuse my French, but this is a sword that literally cuts through the bullshit. So it gets you to the truth of the matter. So if there is any situation in your life where you have been seeking the truth, you're going to get it. You will get the truth. But overall, the Ace of Swords is a new beginning. And it's a beginning where we are very focused and we're ready to jump in and get things done. Sometimes the Ace of Swords, it is a sword, so it can cut both ways. So you do have to be careful of being too pushy. So yeah, you definitely got to be careful of being too pushy. You know, you don't want to push an issue too far. You know, but overall, this is a new beginning, a new direction, or a new start for you guys. You know, this could be a new job. Maybe some of you decide to, you know, go your own way and start maybe a business, something of that nature. But overall, this is a new start, and it's one that will be much more in line for you. It'll be a lot more beneficial. Yeah, a lot more beneficial. You just want to make sure you're not too pushy, because you may have to work with other people, and you don't want to be too pushy because you might attract opposition, you know, because this is some wonderful energy to have, and some people could be jealous. That's the truth of the matter there. So, but yes, new start. And as I was saying, if you have been seeking out the truth in anything in your life, this type of energy will bless you with getting to the truth of the matter. You know, so if you're more focused on business, whatever the issues might be that could be holding you up, they'll be exposed. You'll see things for as they really are. If you were put out in the cold and experiencing some trying times, you're going to find out why. But you're also going to be getting that new beginning. So sure, some of you might have gotten put out, but you got a new beginning. Okay. So this is the card of your attitude, and we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. She's a Leo. And again, you know, King, Queen, you know, it can always be either gender, it doesn't matter. But the overall point I'm making here is it doesn't matter. When we see Queen, King, Page, Knight, Princess, whatever decks I'm using, you know, the energy can go either way. Now, this is the card of Leo, and in the reverse position, some of you guys may be coming across as a bit pushy. Maybe some people may be looking at you like you're coming across in a very arrogant way. Not that you would want to. It's just, it's like she has experienced a difficulty. You know, she's really good at creating new directions. And when it's in the reverse position, she's encountered an issue, you know. So whatever your guys' main focus has been on, you may have encountered an issue here, and so this upsets you. So you may be expressing your more aggressive side. Yeah. So this is you guys probably dealing with a loss of some sort, and it makes you feel a bit more on edge. Makes you come across as aggressive, bossy, maybe even pushy. Don't shoot the messenger. I had someone comment once, said that I did not like Leos or I wasn't very tactful. That comment about made me fall out of my chair laughing. I'm married to a Leo for over 16 years. I love Leos, actually. But I can't help it. The cards are what they are. I just read them. Okay, moving along. This is the card position of how other people see you. So here we have the King of Swords again. You know, could be anyone of any gender. But this is how someone would be looking at you. Now, with the King of Swords, typically he could be a judge, he could be a lawyer, he could even be a counselor. So some of you could be seeking advice. Maybe you're seeking legal advice. Maybe some of you are seeking, financial advice. Maybe you have a friend that's giving you advice. But the King of Swords is very wise when giving advice, because he will take an issue and he weighs both sides of the issue before he comes to a conclusion. So he makes sure that he has all the facts, he weighs what he has, and then he makes his decision based off of that. So, all in all, someone may be trying to give you this type of advice, or someone may be trying to tell you you need to seek advice. Some of you could even be seeking counseling as well, whether it be legal counsel or actual, mental health counseling or marriage type counseling. But this is about seeking advice and getting good advice. Now this is the card position of hopes and fears. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse position, so I'm going to immediately class this as a fear. The Three of Cups in the reverse position can indicate overindulgence, especially in regards to alcohol, which it could be prescription medication or recreational type of drugs as well. But I naturally associate alcohol with it. So it can indicate overindulgence. This can also indicate that you could potentially end up being the object of gossip. Or you could be the one that does the gossip. It could go either way. But thankfully this is in a hopes and fears position, so it doesn't have to manifest. And sometimes this can be a card of us, in the heat of the moment saying some pretty brutal things, and then later on we're like, gee, I think I went a little too far. I think I owe someone an apology. So, yeah. This can be a card of, having issues within a friendship. But this can also be a card of having issues within a personal relationship, even a romantic relationship, because, yeah, I see 2 3s, no, excuse me, 3 3s already, so some of you may have been dealing with a third-party type of situation, so that would definitely be the reason for a heartbreak. That could have been something, in your romantic life or in a marriage. Yeah, not good. So third-party, so there could have been some cheating for some of you. That'll resonate with some of you. Yes, I'm ready to clarify, but we're not there yet. Okay, final outcome card, the Fool. I love this card, especially in this deck. She just looks like a boss. She's like, let's go. I am ready to go on this new direction, this new path. Let's see what's in store. I'm taking a risk. And that's what this is about. This is about going down a new path. You are taking a chance. You're taking a leap of faith. Some could even say you're gambling, if per se. But there is a desire to go in a new direction or down a new path, so you're going to go down a new path or a new direction. And you're going to be happy to go down this new path. This new path has childlike joy, I love childlike joy. It's so much easier to be happy when you're a kid. Then you grow up, and then the bills and everything start hitting you, and you're like, ugh, God, life. So some childlike joy and optimism is fantastic. I love this energy. So this is definitely a new start. You do want to be careful, though. You don't want to make impulsive, hasty type of decisions, because this could get you into some trouble along this new path. So do be careful. And, don't make foolish decisions, while the Fool is, like our childlike joy and our new start. We don't want to be foolish in how we deal with it. And we don't want to make foolish decisions along the way, because we're taking a chance. We're stepping outside of our comfort zone. We're going in a new direction. Now, for the bottom of the deck, we have Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is about boredom, discontent, just a general dissatisfaction. This could be in regards to a certain part of your life, or it could just be in general, just feeling dissatisfied. You're not happy with your lot in life. You feel like you could be doing better, or maybe a certain aspect of your life could be doing a lot better. And so this woman's pretty focused on her reflection in the water, and the water being symbolic of our emotions. So she's pretty focused on how she feels, and there is an opportunity that's trying to be handed to her, but she's just so focused on her own reflection that she can't even see that she's being handed a cup, and this cup representing an opportunity. And for some, maybe you're a bit leery about taking the opportunity, but this is overall, just don't focus. You need to it's okay to do some self-reflection. That's great. Don't get lost in it, though, okay? Because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity that could be fantastic. Let's be real. The opportunity could be a fantastic one, or the opportunity, this could be a cup of bullshit, But you're not going to know if you're not paying attention and being on the lookout for the opportunity. So it's worth paying attention to, so that you can investigate the opportunity. It might get you out of that, that blah feeling, like I want something more. Okay, we had our Three of Swords. We clarify, we get the Justice card in the reverse position. So, clearly, someone did you guys wrong. This could have been, in a romantic relationship and or a marriage, or this could be within a personal relationship. This relationship could have actually involved cheating, maybe even deception. It's quite possible. But the one thing I like to remind all of my viewers of, every time that the Justice card comes out in the reverse position, I want you to know that karma never comes out in the reversed position, okay? Karma is always upright, and karma is always taking note of everyone's rights and wrongs. So you may feel like you were done dirty, and I'm going to agree that yes, you guys have most definitely had something done that was not fair to you. And don't worry, karma has taken a note, and she will get that person. Don't think for 1 minute that they're going to get away scot-free. without any type of repercussions. Action, reaction, that is that's the law. So don't worry, whoever did you wrong, they'll get theirs. Karma's a bitch, and that bitch never sleeps. I'm sorry, my potty mouth is really coming out here. But, I don't like anybody picking on you guys. I don't like the fact that you guys have been through this injustice. This is just wrong. Justice in reverse. This can indicate someone that's against you, someone, who's opposed to your thoughts or your actions, someone who is very biased against you, someone who could be racist, someone who could be discriminating, someone who could be corrupt, okay? Someone who's not looking out for your better. And I gotta shut my mouth on this one because I'm about to let some other words fly, and we don't want those flying. I don't like the energy, okay? But don't worry, they're gonna get theirs. So, okay. The injustice could have been due to a partnership on a job, a financial venture. This could have been a creative type project. This could have been a business. This could have been an investment. Someone could have potentially taken you to court, and maybe the opinion, came from a corrupt judge. Or maybe the lawyer was corrupted. That can happen. The justice system is not perfect. Let me tell you, it is not. But the overall advice here is reevaluate the situation, change what you can, and move forward. Even if you have to start over, move forward. And we got 2 advice cards for this, which we get the 5 of Cups, which is a loss and disappointment. So I feel that for some of you, this could be more of a financial nature. And then I feel for the other part of you guys, this could be a loss and disappointment in the love department. So I'm feeling that, this is definitely business related for some of you, and then relationship related for the other part of you guys. So just know that tomorrow is a new day. The sun will come out tomorrow. And even though you've been through a loss and a disappointment, sure, you have 3 cups that have been spilled over and broken, but you have 2 cups behind you that are full. And that is to remind you that not all hope is lost. Things will get better. Time does heal things. So you will have renewed hope. And you just need to know that it's okay. Go ahead and grieve your loss and then move forward. And you'll find that your hope returns to you. Okay, we had our 3 of Wands in the reverse position. This was our focus card. It's clarified by the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is like our happily ever after. So maybe some of you were trying to say, start this business or this project so that you could have plenty of money to provide for your family, literally your family. And maybe some of you got involved in a project that involved someone that you loved. But my overall feeling is that you got into this project or this job or whatever it may be, that you did it to maintain your happy home, your happy family, and your contentment. Even if you don't have a family, maybe you're doing it so you could be content. Maybe you're doing it so that one day when you do have a family, or, a marriage, whatever it may be, that, you would be financially ready for it. So yeah, that was definitely the focus behind that. Okay, yeah. So then our advice card is the Lovers in reverse. So, yeah. Some of you definitely could have gotten burned by a romantic partner, especially if you were involved in a project, especially one of a financial nature. And this could have occurred from a partner. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. More times than not, it will be. But for some of you, this could have simply been the partnership, and perhaps they promised things that they just simply could not deliver. But the overall advice for the Lover's card here is, that you have a decision to make. So are you going to, put love above work and money, or are you going to put your career, work, and money above love? Or this could also be saying you need to use your head and not your heart. A mind over heart type of decision. Okay, so we had our focus card, the King of Wands. We get the Strength card to clarify, and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So, the Strength card, this is the Leo card. So it's definitely being suggested that you need to rely on your inner strength. You have great inner strength, and you really need to rely on it right now. And Seven of Swords in the reverse position, you have definitely dealt with a situation that was deceptive. Someone has lied to you. You may have been betrayed. For some of you, you could have potentially been cheated on. You could have been stolen from. Yeah. Overall, the Seven of Swords, whether upright or reverse, it's about being sneaky. So if you're not sneaking around, you need to take a look around, Leos, and see who is. But I'm pretty sure you guys already know who it was, okay? But it implies someone being sneaky because they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. They're fooling around. They're being dishonest. This can even indicate unfaithfulness. And given the amount of threes that I've seen so far, this can be unfaithfulness for some of you. But overall, deception, betrayal, unfaithfulness, sneakiness, and someone stealing from you. So yeah, you really gonna need that inner strength. Oh, here we go. And our advice card is the Queen of Wands. So, Queen of Wands upright. She is a mover. She is a shaker. This is the type of woman, woman, that she is really good at creating new directions. So that is the overall advice of this card, is you need to take charge of the situation, and you just need to create a new direction for yourself, okay? Because no one deserves to be lied to, betrayed, cheated on, stolen from, or just to have to deal with someone else's sneaky behavior. No. Y'all are better than that. So take charge and create a new direction for yourself. But overall, be confident. Be confident. Okay, we had our Ace of Swords for the near future, 1 to 2 weeks out. We're clarifying, and wow. Okay, 3 of Cups in the reverse yet again. Wow. Okay. We have a whole lot of threes going on here. Oh, this definitely leads me to believe that some of you are definitely experiencing unfaithfulness, betrayal. Now, don't shoot the messenger here. I gotta throw this out here. You could be the one doing the cheating, or the other person in your relationship could be. This can go either way, so I just have to throw it out there. Normally Leos are loyal, but not every Leo sun, moon, and rising sign is exactly the same, okay? So they're not all loyal. The Leo energy in general is loyal, but we are more than just, one sign. So this can go both ways. If you're the one that's been sneaking around and cheating, But my feeling is that this is happening to a lot of you, where you're on the receiving end of this betrayal by the person you're with that cheats on you. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. Maybe someone that you're with could be literally talking behind your back and spreading gossip. Maybe someone could be saying things that they don't necessarily mean in the heat of the moment. But, once it's said, you can't unsay it. So, it can still be rather hurtful. So someone may owe you an apology, or you may owe someone an apology. But, hey, with the Ace of Swords here, all truth will come to the light. So, because that sword will slice right through all that, crappy deception, and you'll get to the truth of the matter. You will. And then there's also a warning here, don't overindulge, especially in alcohol, prescription medication, recreational type medications or drugs, excuse me. So, just don't try to numb yourself. That's where I'm trying to go with this. Don't try to numb yourself. Don't try to numb yourself from feeling what's going on here, because it's okay in moderation. Everything's good in moderation. But you don't want it to overindulge, and with this type of energy it can cause you to want to overindulge just because you don't want to feel it. You're tired of going through this. So yeah, do be careful. Yeah, and I was saying all things in moderation are good. Yep, temperance is about moderation. But we have temperance here in the reverse position as our advice card. So the advice here would be, whatever the situation is, especially if maybe you're the one that's out saying things, you need to be more patient, and you don't want to be intolerant of others, because this just causes more problems. When the temperance is in reverse, that's indicating that the emotions are out of balance, and that we are thinking with our emotions rather than with our mind. And so we can't have a fair and, weighed out opinion, or, whatnot, without being we have to be in balance in order to weigh our opinion. Our opinions are, an issue out, But overall, the point here is you don't want to be impatient or intolerant with others, because this can just attract more problems to you. And a lot of times with the temperance in reverse, complaints are being made. Whether you're the one making complaints, or you may be the one that's receiving the complaints. And under this type of energy, it's like the person that's making a complaint is not being heard, not being taken seriously. So, yeah, you definitely want to slow down and smell the roses, because a lot of times with temperance in reverse, we're just like rushing because we want to get things done. We want to get through it. We just want to get things done fast, 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 fast. And sometimes when we're speeding along, we can definitely miss a lot of opportunities that could be very beneficial to us. But you're not going to see it if you don't take time to slow down, admire that beautiful rose bush, and go take a smell. You might spot an opportunity. But the overall advice here, I know I'm rambling, the overall advice is to, be patient. Try to not be impatient and intolerant with others, because that can just make the situation even worse, which could lead to you needing to say you're sorry. Especially under the Ace of Swords, we can come across very, very forceful. But, like I said, this can go either way. You could be the one that needs an apology, or it could be, that someone else owes you an apology. Okay, for our final outcome card, we have the Fool, which is the new direction. It's clarified by the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Moon in reverse. So the Seven of Wands in the reverse position, this is about basically competing against someone. Say you're going after something you want, going down a new path or going in a new direction towards something you want, and maybe you might have competition. But the upside to this is at least with the Seven of Wands being in reverse, the competition will not be near as strong as you may think it is. A lot of times your competition will be more bark than they are bite. They like to, write checks that they can't cash. It's that simple. So, if you do encounter competition with your new start, don't worry about it, because it won't last. And then we have the Moon card in the reverse position. So, this can indicate, deception, More times than not, in the reverse position, this can indicate self-deception. So, don't deceive yourself. You definitely want to rely on the inner strength here that you do have. Rely on that inner strength. Don't let fears grab a hold of you. But, also, with this new start, this is things that happen at night. Maybe you might be doing something at night. But maybe this new start causes you to lose some sleep as well. Because maybe you're working very hard towards this new direction and you're just not sleeping that much. Or if you are sleeping, maybe that sleep is just not the most restful sleep, You might have restless sleep. You could be dealing with even some nightmares potentially. Yeah. But also with the Moon card, you want to pay attention to any type of intuitions that you have. Don't just blow them off. You definitely want to pay attention. Pay attention to any feelings, intuitions that you have, because they could prove to be very useful. And then our advice card is the Two of Coins. So, yeah, this is saying get ready to juggle multiple projects, multiple jobs, whatever it be. You're going to need to multitask in regards to financial matters. You may have several irons in the fire, but you'll be able to handle this. You'll be able to handle it just fine. Now, sometimes disappointing news can come along with the Two of Coins, but should you hear any disappointing news, do not worry about it. Do not let it get into your head. Do not let it get you down. Don't let it get into your head so that you start, being self-deceptive. Like, can I really do this? Don't worry about that crap, okay? Don't worry about that. Just know that you just need to keep on juggling. As hard as it may be, it can be pretty exhausting, I know, but you're working towards building some wealth along this new path or this new direction or this new job. Whatever it is, you're working on gaining some wealth. That's your focus. And you'll be able to juggle these things just fine. As long as you don't take on too much more, you'll be okay. And again, if you hear any disappointing news, don't worry about it. Don't listen to it, okay? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, for the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. And then we get the Four of Wands in the reverse position. So, this is a card of, first and foremost, we need to take stock of everything that we do have. We need to be grateful for every single thing that we have, no matter how big or how small. We need to be grateful. You don't want to be pessimistic or negative, okay? Because if we're, some people will just be like, what are you talking about? I don't have any blessings. Well, yeah, you do. You're alive, right? That's a blessing. Do you have food to eat tonight? That's a blessing. Are you healthy? That's a blessing. Do you have children? That's a blessing. Are your children healthy? That's a blessing. I can keep going and keep going. And a lot of people tend to overlook the small things. They're really not that small. They're really big, actually. But we just need to be grateful for what we have right now and in this moment. Now, the Four of Wands in the reverse position, this can indicate that maybe the home life is not so happy right now. This could be domestic issues within the home. This could also be like empty nest syndrome. This could also be, someone that's like a gypsy, where maybe you like to move a lot from home to home to home. This can also indicate that you may need to have repairs done to your home, and they would be along the lines of structural type repairs. So, if you're having a house built, you definitely want to have those blueprints, looked at thoroughly. Make sure nothing's missing, especially in regards to the structural part. But this can overall, in general, just be indicating that there's issues within the home. Maybe some of you are having a hard time making your rent payment or your mortgage payment. So this can cause friction within the home life. It could be many different things. I could sit here and name things for hours. So, okay, and then the final card is Nine of Coins in the reverse position. So, typically, this is the card I equate with self-employment. But this is also a card of, the entrepreneur, the investor. Now, when it's in the reverse position, this is one who's having a hard time maintaining things, that's not able to be so self-sufficient and independent. Maybe perhaps that's what you guys fear, but it doesn't have to be like that. The mind's a very powerful thing. If you think bad, bad is what you get. Sometimes bad things do happen to good people, but this would just be a setback, okay? because clearly you got a new beginning coming, and it's going to be good. You know, it's a new direction that's coming. So, you know, maybe for some of you, you could have lost a job. You could have lost a source of income. Maybe you had an investment, maybe the investment went bad. This could be many different things along the financial lines where we end up having a lack of resources. So this card is definitely saying, you know, you want to be careful. You don't want to overextend yourself financially. You know, someone may want your help, you know, in a financial way, and while you may be wanting to help someone, it's not to your benefit right now to do so because you're going to need this money for yourself. So it does indicate that, you know, that there is a bit of a trying moment here in regards to your finances over the month of March, but you know, it's temporary. It's not going to last forever. And it's just saying, you know, be careful. You need to determine, you know, is this something I want or is this something I need? You got to cut the wants out for March in regards to financial matters. You know, unless you have plenty of money, then you're okay. But we're not all blessed like that. So some of you may need to, you know, really get a budget going. And like I said, it's really good to start with, you know, wants and needs. The needs are the things that should come first. Wants come, you know, later after we have everything we need. But, you know, just know that this is a temporary setback. It's not going to last forever because you do have this new start coming, this new direction, this new path. And it's going to be beneficial, which you will gain materially from. So it could be a slow start, but hey, it's something good. So, you know, let's be happy. I know I'm happy for you guys. I mean, you guys are definitely going through it. Let me tell you. Wow. But I'm very happy that, you know, that there is a positive outcome here because you're going to get a new direction. One that you definitely deserve. Okay, I have some love oracle cards here. This is for my single Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. First card being express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So some of you could be flirting around and might be interested in someone. If so, you know, go ahead and make the gesture. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Now, some of you could be considering getting into a relationship, but you just haven't made your decision. You're just toying with the idea of potentially getting into a relationship. And if that is you, this relationship will have past life ties. So this means there will be karma that needs to be resolved. Okay, this is for my married Leos or my Leos that are in committed relationships. The first one we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So maybe some of you that are in a committed relationship, maybe you're waiting for that proposal or you're waiting to get married. That's a possibility. And so the angels would be saying, you know, it's worth waiting for. So, you know, just go with the flow. Let it happen naturally. You know, because it will happen in divine timing. You don't want to push the issue. Some of you could be in the process of getting married or soon will be. Some of you could that are, already married could be attending someone else's wedding here over the month of March. And this can also indicate that for those of you who are married that you may need to seek out some marriage counseling if you're experiencing some issues within your marriage. You may need to seek out counseling. Okay, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay. Yeah, alright. So those are very different. Okay, so some of you are in a relationship. You need to pay attention to the red flags because you're getting many, many signs. A lot of times with this card, this will be for most of the time a lot of people that are in new relationships that are very fresh, say like a year or less. So if that's you and maybe you've been seeing some red flags, you want to pay attention because something's not okay. Typically with this type of energy, the person that you're with could be, well, let's just say dishonest. They could be a bit too flirtatious with other people. You could be aware of that or you may be unaware of that, but there is a tendency to flirt. But the dishonesty is what I just can't get past. So, yeah, you definitely need to pay, if some things are going on, you need to pay attention to the red flags. Now, there are some that have been married, and if you have experienced a third-party situation, absolutely pay attention to the red flags. This may not be worth continuing on, but this is a personal choice for you guys. Not every Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign is experiencing, a relationship where they've been, hurt through betrayal and unfaithfulness, so maybe some of you are just experiencing some red flags, things that you need to be cautious about. So definitely pay attention. But not all of you are under that energy. There's some of you that are under this worth waiting for in the wedding. So you'll know which one feels more accurate for your situation. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope you got something out of it. And please do let me know if you liked this style or if you would prefer if I go back, or if you don't mind either way, just drop a comment below and let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. So, things are going to get better. Keep your head held high, Leo. Keep that inner strength going because this too shall pass. It's going to pass. Everything's going to be okay. You got a fresh new start coming. And, this is a start that clears the slate. And with the moon in reverse, that clears the slate too. So, you guys are going to get a fresh, clean slate start. And that is fabulous. So, without further ado, I love you guys. And I will talk to you next month. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. Talk to you next month.